Mic check, mic check. What's going on, world? You already know it's your boy SB, and we are back with the third installment of the Sauce Pops. As always, I hope you're doing what you gotta do to get to where you gotta be. Since I've been focusing on marketing the power of belief, I haven't really focused much on the podcast. I kind of do a big job. We talk about it later. I wear a lot of hats to make sure that this campaign stays afloat. And sometimes I have to split my days up so I don't overwork myself. But since I'm getting back in my bag, it's reminding me of how much I love podcasting. Majority of the reason I got into podcasting and writing was to create my own platform where I had the freedom to say what I wanted, do what I wanted, and if I felt like scrolling a little something up, I wouldn't have to ask for permission to do it. Another reason I got into it was to provide an uplifting message to those who had their backs against the wall. The most important factor that really pushed me to this was my kids. I want to teach them that there are no limitations in this world, and whatever you can set your mind to, you can achieve through hard work. I believe as parents, it's our job to set the standard. It's our job to be the example. It's our job to remain ambitious. By remaining ambitious, we are keeping our imagination sharp and are able to check off goals on our list as we create a better life for our children. So, as always, I got a reference point. And today's reference point comes from someone who has impacted a lot of lives in his career, and that's Dwayne The Rock Johnson. And the quote reads, "Don't be afraid to be ambitious about your goals. Hard work never stops. Neither should your dreams." For me, when I think about the life that I want to give my kids, it requires an insane amount of work. Like, not even trying to be cocky when I say this, but I write and record the podcast. I'm also an author. I run two online merch stores and I do the marketing for all those campaigns. I also have a 5-year-old and a 4-year-old, so you can only imagine how different my days are. But no matter how crazy the day went, when they go to bed, it's daddy time. That can range from anywhere between staying up 1, 2, sometimes 3 in the morning, and I definitely don't take naps during the day. Sometimes I question myself, but I know it's all for a good cause. Because as a father, I feel like you have to earn that number one dad mug or t-shirt. Not just from providing stand, not just from a providing standpoint, excuse me, but you're literally the best at whatever it is that you do. Whatever you do that makes you happy, makes you lose track of time, or even freezes time while you're doing whatever it is that you do, get extremely good at that. And you can only get good at it through repetition. To be a father with ambition is a badge and a title that I wear with pride because every night I go to sleep with ease because I know I handle business that day. I definitely need to lock back in on my weight training journey, and my diet. But when it comes to building the campaign, every day I'm doing something because if we're gonna be honest about it, this podcast wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for my son. When my son was born, I was 30 years old, and I had already been contemplating starting a podcast to give it one last shot. The days before his arrival were filled with self-reflection. I made the decision that no matter what, I would get this podcast moving my 100%. And I feel I've done just that. I'm not where I want to be just yet, but I'm positive that I'm very, very close. Through the many adversities that I faced, I've continued to show up for myself. By showing up for myself, I'm able to refill my cup. I saw a meme a while back, and it said that the cup is neither half full or half empty. It's refillable. You may not want to start a business. You could just want to try out a new hobby that you always wanted to try. You always want to, take a trip, but you always been putting it off. Refill your cup, man. Take that trip. So that way, when you take that trip, you're doing something good for yourself because you deserve it, and you'll feel better, and you'll be able to pour that love back into your family. So to bring it all home, becoming a parent is probably one of the most gangster things you can do. If you're a parent or you're expecting, don't forget your goals, man. Put some time away every night for at least 30 minutes a night. When you get used to it, you won't even notice it. You won't even notice the time going by. Watch how you building that builds your confidence because you're taking care of business and you're creating a life for your seeds. Because I'm grateful for the opportunity and you should too. So I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you, fam. Stay humble, stay hungry. You just only got to be right one time, man, and everything will change. So with that being said, that concludes episode 3 of the Sauce Files, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Season 6 on the way. Season 6 on the way. A lot of cool stuff has been happening. I'm excited to share some of it with y'all soon. But until then, man, get lifted, stay inspired. It's your boy.